Right, so I'm going to talk about a topic rather close to my heart today, and that is medical cannabis. I say close to my heart, it's quite often in my lungs and my stomach, so it's quite literally close to my heart. Now, I used to think, like a lot of people, maybe like some of you, I used to think that medical cannabis was, you know, wink wink, medical cannabis, right? I mean, when it started in the 2000s in California, you had all those dispensaries popping up all over the place, and it was like something out of a Cheech and Chong movie. I mean, it's going to be hard to take it as a legitimate medicine when you have to buy it from a place that has Pink Floyd posters on the wall. You know, it might cure cancer, but if it comes in a chocolate bar with a picture of Bob Marley on the wrapper, you're going to have trouble asserting a certain medical legitimacy. So I used to think that, but then 3 years ago, surprise, I got diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, hence the wheelchair joke earlier. Bummer, I know. But ever since then, I've taken a personal interest, shall we say. I've suddenly taken a big personal interest before coming here. Number one, rolled up and ready to go for the break if you'd like to join me. My interest truly knows no bounds. It's very all personally interesting. But all my doctors agreed about cannabis. My GP is actually the one who suggested it, completely unprompted, out of the blue. I was actually going to see her about a cold, whatever. But my neurologist supported that. And of course there's Dr. Dre, who, as you'll recall, once gave us the memorable advice to smoke weed every day. For the YouTube viewers, no need to post a comment. I know it's Nate Dogg who sings that line in the song, not Dre. You can't run anything past these people. Think of it as artistic license. So cannabis does help with a lot of the symptoms of multiple sclerosis. It helps with pain, helps with muscle spasticity, depression, difficulty falling asleep. It helps with sobriety. That definitely take care of that. Doesn't help much with memory, actually. So I'm just gonna get my crib in here. But even the symptoms where it doesn't help directly and doesn't alleviate directly, it certainly, I'll be honest, it makes the prospect of living with those symptoms easier to bear. Now, the legal status of cannabis in this country is rather problematic. How long have I got? Because I don't know if I want to go on a big rant.
2 minutes?
Yeah, I don't have enough time to get really, really angry. But it's obviously, I'm sure, I mean, you know, it's totally asinine. But you may have heard in the news recently that the government has decided to relax their stance about medical cannabis. Now, let's make no mistake, all right? Like, relaxed, like this new relaxed stance is about as relaxed as a young, promising actor invited to step into the hotel room of Kevin Spacey. This is the level of relaxation we're talking about here. This is not exactly, you know. Because what they've done is cannabis is still Class B, but they've moved it from Schedule 1, which is the top, no medical use at all, no therapeutic value and so on, to Schedule 2, where it has joined such luminaries and easily prescribed popular medicines as cocaine, dextroamphetamine, and heroin. So it's not, you know, like, I'm keeping the champagne on ice. It's not exactly like, ooh, medical cannabis. But it is one small step. It is a small step. Will it be a giant leap in attitudes and public opinion? I don't know. Just a couple of weeks back, there was a piece in The Sun because they had run a survey or something, and they asserted that the support for the legalization of cannabis was now at a record high. Notice the snazzy wordplay here. But then, equally, you know, like scroll down the article, there was a link to another article that reminded you that cannabis was still very much illegal, and, I shit you not, was giving you simple, practical, actionable advice on how to snitch on your neighbors if you ever smelled weed coming from their home. So in terms of opinions and attitude, I don't know. Let's not forget this is the country that voted to leave the European Union. So in terms of things like logic, you know, the burden of having to make sense and reason clearly are secondary concerns here. But anyway, cannabis is a big part of my life now. Cannabis is certainly a big part of my writing process for comedy. So what I do, here's how the magic happens. Put on some jazz, roll up a big fat, personal interest. I get absolutely blazed, and I come up with those amazing jokes. I shit you not, it's like a voice in the head, like fully formed routine with like a plot, callbacks, tags, and so on. And I forget all of it. And then the next day I realize I've not written anything, I've not recorded anything, and I write some inferior jokes, which are the ones you are hearing today. There we go. I've been Will Gerard, smoke weed every day.